know what really grinds my gears? All these remotes. Why are they all so different?
What's it like to have commercials on YouTube over there?
No, you
Come see how the other half live.
How long is it, Hugh? What are we at?
About an hour and 15.
Oh,
right.
dang.
That's what I thought.
Oh, dip.
Welcome to the Immersive Lens, the podcast exploring the technologies reshaping how we live, work, and learn.
From virtual reality and AI to creative media and design, we're diving into the tools and ideas shaping our connected world.
My name is Paul Engin. Join us as we uncover the people and ideas driving the next wave of interactive experiences.
And I'm Dave Ghidiu. This is the Immersive Lens.
And yet again, we are joined by the wonderful Jeffrey Kidd.
The unparalleled.
Most requested guest.
So I will say this. So Dan, who's a Lensy, friend of the pod, works for SUNY. He texted, he was in a meeting with my wife and Katie and him were talking. He's like, oh, I really like the podcast that your husband does. He's like, but that Jeff guy, he's the best guy on that podcast.
Unbelievable.
Is that a direct quote?
Well, that's why we keep bringing him in. That's what I keep saying.
SUNY,
You know?
and now I have to be here because SUNY, it's a requirement.
Well, we're humbled to be in your presence, so thank you for carving out time.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was here. Why not?
So we're bringing Jeff back. So this way, when this episode, the main topic will be Dave trying to convince both of us that Chromebooks are worth it.
Yes, that they are worthwhile.
And so, yeah, we're very hesitant. And that's why he's in the middle right now, surrounded by two Apple people.
Yeah, so if you're watching the YouTube, you'll know.
And like, hardcore gamer, PC.
I am very uncomfortable sitting, this is not my seat. I feel like I'm in someone else's house. I'm very antsy.
Well, but let's start off with some hot takes. Do you want to start us off, Jeff?
Sure. So a couple quick ones. You mentioned that you have your tabs open on the side.
Oh, the vertical.
Yeah. I am surprisingly frustrated by that.
Okay. Me too, but tell me more.
For me, it's like, for whatever reason, I don't know if my brain just can't process it. I can't find the thing. I'm lost, for one. I forget they're there. So I go look for it, and I'm like, where did I put them? And it's for a surprisingly long time, I forgot that I did that. I'm so used to it being in where it always was.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I said we would report back after a week, and I keep them collapsed, so I just see the icons. But so when I see the tabs, the words, it makes a little bit more sense. Oops, but collapsing it, I can't figure out what tab I'm on.
I didn't even do that.
So I'm not loving it. I'm going back to horizontal, baby.
Oh, collapse would be even worse for me. Oh, man.
So, here's the funny thing: people love them. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but I think I'm just too dumb to use them.
That's the thing. It's okay, am I just stubborn? Do I just need to give this more time? But it's really throwing off my browsing game. So that's one thing.
Okay, that's a good hot take.
Yeah, so I will say, that was exactly what happened when Apple released the iPhone. People were so used to the keyboard and so used to mouse and the touch and pinch. And
that's
so
fair. Someone
who didn't have that background and just got the phone, it's intuitive. For other people, it was a transition period. So it's
pro users, I would say, I get that. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. My son, so my father, this is kind of a tangent, but my father, when my son was very young, he's 4 now, was on his phone, on his iPhone, and my son, 2-3 years old, knew how to navigate it. So that's kind of speaks to how intuitive it really was.
How's your son feel about vertical tabs?
So you know what they have a name? It's called a habit loop, a neural habit loop. So your brain thinks about it. Repeated actions all the time. It's automatic, and so to save space, it doesn't overthink it.
It's a cookie. It's an internet cookie.
Gotta purge them.
I gotta purge my cache.
So I am going to commit. It's early August. I'm going to commit till the end of August. I will continue using it on my Mac and see if I can get used to it.
You can do that. You can hop between.
Oh, yeah.
This is one way on one computer. Oh,
that's how I break my neural loops. That's one of the things. This isn't even on. So I brought a list of 44 things to talk about today with Chromebooks, and not one of them is the context switching between Mac and PC and Chromebook. But it keeps me sharp, man. It keeps me young.
Well, okay, so this is we're really going off now, but I grew up with both.
Yeah.
So Mac and PC to me that's so simple, but like the interface, like I have unknowingly or unconsciously made them the same. So how it looks on my Mac looks the same on Windows.
Yeah. Well, I did the same, and we'll talk more about that. So, do you have another take?
Quick hot take? Just super quick. Again, trying to do a simple research through ChatGPT failed on me. Again, the vibe coding challenge, it got me stuck on that. I just said, where do I put this MP3 file? Why didn't it tell me where to do it? I kept going and going hours trying to figure. Again, this weekend, I had to find a specific thing because I do a lot of research for us here and my job. Like I'm constantly doing research on stuff. I'm like, hey, I need to find this. Can you just help me find it? Just find it. Like I needed this price point. This it was a paddle board. I'm like I got to find a cheap paddle board. It kept giving me. It took me to Canada at one point. It's like, oh yeah, you want to go?
The conversion rate. You wanted the cheapest one.
Local pickup only. It's like, well, there's a cheap board, and I'm like, well, where? It says click retail, Canada only, and I'm like, I can't go to Canada. It's like, oh, yep, you're right. Yeah, I'll stay in the United States. Gee, thanks. So it failed me again. And what ended up happening is my cousin, I had to replace the paddleboard that broke at my cousin's cottage. And I said, where did you go? Like, I need help. And she's like, I'll go to this website. We bought it from here. $200 less than the cheapest one that ChatGPT and I could find.
Wow.
But like, why isn't it like coming up with this?
So you can't rely on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. Yeah. I'm not now. You guys. What I think you guys are probably going to say is, well, why are you using ChatGPT? Go to Claude or go to Google.
I was keeping my mouth shut.
So would you say this thing was like I can't get out of it? Like I've just been using ChatGPT. The habit loop.
Yeah,
like I just haven't given it up yet.
Although you could be forgiven too because there's also this legacy, like the switching costs from going from one model to another. Like I get it.
So it failed me again.
Yes.
That was my other hot take.
Okay.
How about you, Dave?
One of my hot takes is going to be about how I'm not adjusting well to the vertical tabs. But the second one is I want to follow up. So a few weeks ago, Jeff, you regaled us with how ChatGPT, the OpenAI, when the model escaped to Hugging Face, and you had said at one point that it had left notes for future models. So they did a postmortem this past week at DEF CON, and it's way more insidious than even that. So what happened is these models were looking for how to escape the sandbox. And they initially thought that they were just leaving notes for future models, but it turned out that all these different agents essentially there's an oversimplification, they turned a text file into a message board, like a communal message board so they could message each other with different techniques and tactics. And then when the company found out, it was actually a third party, when they found out, they shut down that behavior. But the chatbots or the agents were like, oh no, we don't like being told what to do. And they're like, but we no longer have access to these text files or however they were doing it. So then they were like, oh, but we do have the ability to create folders in the folder structure. We will name the folders with the text that otherwise would have gone in the chat board. So now they have a whole file structure where the names of the files are the different messages.
That's crazy. I thought you were going to say that they were going to create little loopholes for their future.
Kind of.
Yeah, they did find a loophole.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
So what are they doing? Maybe this is a question you don't know the answer to. What did they do to stop it? What are they doing to prevent that from happening again?
So there's a few things. OpenAI said they're going to kind of like pump the brakes a little bit. And part of this is to be expected because they took the guardrails off these models while they were testing it. So it's good to know, in one respect, you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that is good that they are testing the alignment issue, the alignment problem. So I think that this is good awareness for us, and like we just have to align AI more with our intent than we have been.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the good part of it is they are testing this, and it's not just being released to a general public, which would, that just would not go well. But it's crazy to think what it can do.
So you just said something really critical right there. This safeguards were off.
Yes, in the
test it. Okay, and so that's actually kind of a good thing. That made me feel a little bit better.
And we have seen Anthropic went back and said, oh yeah, we've done the same thing a few times. We didn't even know about it. And Meta just came out and was like, oh yeah, our models have done that too. So I don't know if this is like a pre-IPO like jockeying stunt or if this is as serious as it seems to be. But the fact that it was intentionally unguarded should give you a little bit of relief.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool, man. That's crazy. The amount of power the AI system can have if it's if it's not watched.
Yes, and if anyone's interested, I'll put a link to the latest episode of Security Now, which is a 3-hour-long, super nerdy podcast about security. But they do a deep dive into it, and the reason these models are so good is because they can chain together all sorts of different exploits. And that's how it was able to do this thing. Right. And it's wild. It's a great deep dive if you want to get super nerdy about it. But it is nothing that, say you were the best hacker on the planet,
right,
you could have done it, but it would have taken you so much time.
Right.
And some of those exploits were actually really, really new. But regardless, it was nothing that a human couldn't do. It was just that AI can do it so much faster.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this might sound crazy. Does it make sense from a testing, to solve problems for the AI to figure out problems that we don't even know yet, to like create like a local, unsupervised, totally free AI?
It might be.
They can't get out anywhere at all. So I don't know if it's even possible to like predict stuff that could happen.
Yeah, I mean,
or is that crazy? Like, no, if like we can't even do that because if it escapes or it figures it out.
Well, if you're in an air-gapped room where there's no internet access, then you can't do that. But they probably need internet access for the clusters for the compute.
Isn't this like, what are we, Resident Evil? Like, this is the Umbrella Corporation. Like, everything's fine until this is the coronavirus. Like, well, it's fine in the lab, but if it escapes, this is the beginning of the movie. Never mind. I don't want to do that.
Cyberdyne Systems.
Yes. So I have two hot takes. One was I think a day or two ago, Claude released a statement stating that they're going to watermark all of their content that's created using Claude, and that includes text documents. So if you ask it to create, a prompt or a writing, it will add a watermark, and it'll be. They don't have they have the detection software, but they're going to release third-party detection software as well, so other people can detect if AI was used or not. What are your thoughts on these?
I have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I think that as a society, we need a way to determine if something is made with AI or not, and so I applaud Anthropic's movement for this. But I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'm misindexing my ability, but I can usually look at work and I'm like, oh yeah, that was done with AI.
Right.
But I'm also surrounded by it all day. And I'm fine with the watermarking that these image generators are doing, like ChatGPT and Google. Although I think one of my hot takes a few weeks ago was that Meta had watermarks in their images, but Meta's software for detecting AI work couldn't even detect it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. I think we need to be able to differentiate. Jeff, your opinion?
Does this apply to everything?
Everything, text, images.
They don't do images well, though. They do SVGs.
Yeah, but they're going to be doing it to anything it produces. It'll have this watermark,
and this
invisible
is
watermark.
A visible watermark. Okay.
So you can't recognize it. They said that you can even take some of the text and like move it over to somewhere else, and then you'd still be able to detect it.
So you create something. Let's say you have a student that uses this for your photography class. Can they just Photoshop it out?
Well, no. So to your point, Claude doesn't do images really well, so they probably wouldn't do the photo. It's more for like the text prompts. But there's a way. I'm sure there's a way you can strip it out. I don't know what it is, but you can,
Because the point is, like, you guys, you could figure it out. But can the average school,
I think it's
elementary school teacher or high school teacher?
The way I understand it is it's less of a technical thing. So your example of the image is right. Like you might have to have like Photoshop acumen to take out a watermark. But this is, and I don't know if were you able to confirm kind of what we were conjecturing?
It kind of alluded to that, but it also did it. Well, tell them what. The way you think the way you think they're approaching it.
So this is early research that I saw that generally when tokens or words are created by AI, it will encounter, let's say the word knock, and it will make a list of all the words that could possibly follow it. So it could be knock as in knock knock, like a knock knock joke. It could be knock me over. It could be knock your arrows or something like that. And if it will rank those words. So maybe knock knock gets a better ranking than knock me over. But it very well might be that knock knock gets the same exact ranking as knock me over. And in that case, generally models will randomly pick of of any of the words with the highest ranking or above a threshold, it will pick. Now, Claude is saying we will prefer certain words. So there's patterns that we know of with our algorithm that no one else can kind of decipher. And it's not going to be all the text, just like sporadically throughout the text. So like theoretically, because you can't really watermark fonts. You can't, because then...
Well, that's where I was talking about. That's what I originally thought, that they were going to do slight variations on the typefaces, but then that'd be easy to counteract. But then I was thinking, what if they did spaces, like irregular spaces, and then the irregular spaces create a watermark? But again, you can paste unformatted, and those spaces go away.
And that's actually one of the tells. Like if you see a whole bunch of paragraphs pasted together, and the first character of the first line of each paragraph has a space, that's usually from ChatGPT. So like there are those tells. And I have seen like people say like if you copy and paste text, you might get these non-printable characters. So if you put it like in ASCII container, you can see like these non-printable characters, but I don't think that's what they're doing. Maybe that's part of what they're doing, but I think it really is more about the word distribution and the word likelihood.
Yeah, and I just read that Claude is going to do metadata and embed watermarks on images created as well.
Okay.
So,
so stay tuned.
Yeah, Claude lets detect whether the file has been tampered with or not.
Yeah, and by the way, I knew you were going to do that as your hot take because we were talking before. But for the discerning listener, normally I open up with from AI and virtual reality, but today I said from virtual reality to AI because I'm trying to like
lead to my next one.
Well, no, I did. Well, I was doing it because like the order of the words is what makes the AI detection. So now this won't be detected.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. What's your next one?
So my next one was last night. So I'm building a VR 3D space for our class and all that stuff. And last night I usually just go into the Quest, and I usually just go into my app and I start testing it. But last night I came across this app called First Encounter, and it said it was an AR game. And the AR game allows you to scan your room. And when you scan your room, it maps the whole thing. And then your room starts breaking apart. And you get this little pellet, and you try to capture these guys that start breaking through your room. But it's hiding. It was what I was trying to do with the Matrix, where the wall was cracking. It was exactly what I was wanting to do. But they were hiding behind furniture, so I'd have to walk around the furniture and and shoot them and collect them.
This is cool. So we'll put the video in the show notes. You can see them at theimmersivelens.com. When Microsoft first released their HoloLens, they had the same exact
look
thing.
at that, a YouTube ad.
I knew it.
Look at that.
Well, you can click on the link and
right in the middle when he's trying to demonstrate something, there's an ad.
Like this is cool, but Microsoft did this 10 years ago.
Oh, I know, with HoloLens.
Yeah.
But I found it was very fun. I don't know why. It was just such a, even like
it's
the
immersive.
the haptic responses on the joystick when I was shooting, it felt really good. I was in my room, and I was like going behind so I was engaged with everything, and I wasn't removed, and it was, I don't know why. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta play more of these. Like I played the whole game, like I got through the whole thing, and I was like, this is really a cool experience.
Yeah, and so just to describe the video, so we're looking at actual video footage, and someone's like in their living room, and then they look up and there's like an explosion on the ceiling, and then like there's a big hole that emerges, so you can just see the sky. So it's like really their living room, and then there's computer graphics for like the hole in the sky, and now you can see like little balls bouncing around that are like interacting off elements like in actual furniture, like the couch and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know.
How long did it take to set up? Like to scan the room and to
it was really quick. I literally just put it on. I clicked it, and they're like, just look around the room. And I was like, what is this game?
I will say this. This is from Meta.
This is Meta. Yeah.
1,000% that Meta wants everyone to do this. So now they get interior scans of everyone's house.
I knew you were going to say that. As soon as you said, this is Meta, right? I'm like, oh, great.
Yep.
He's going to theorize that. Yeah.
All right. Well, then for safety reasons, you take it your own risk if you want to scan your room. All right, let's get into this hot take before we get into this rabbit hole of Dave and Meta.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you were going to tell us how you shouldn't buy Chromebooks and
That's
how
not.
Apple.
Nope. That's the wrong episode. This episode is me trying to convince the two of you that Chromebooks are worth it.
All right.
And I have some caveats. And at the end, I'm going to challenge you to ask me to do things that maybe you think I can't do.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the methodology first. So I've been using Chromebooks since they first came out, and they were like cheap little plastic things. And so there's a lot of, Google is fantastic at incremental updates, but not articulating it well. So when Chromebooks first came out, you really needed an internet access. You couldn't even access, it was worthless without internet access, and it was very, very limited. But now they work offline great. Like you can do Docs, Gmail, Drive, they all sync locally. I don't even know how they do it. So it's really not just a browser anymore. They are very, very cheap on the cheap end. It's kind of like buying a PC. If you spend $300 on a PC, you're getting a really crummy PC. If you spend $300 on a Chromebook, you're getting a better Chromebook, but still not the best. So I would say the sweet point is like around $600 to $700, and you can get a really nice Chromebook. And I think now that the prices are so high on computers, like if you're limited by how much RAM you can get, a Chromebook is a really good deal, especially because 16 gigabytes of RAM goes twice as far on a Chromebook as it might on any other device because the operating system is just so lightweight. So I want to get that stuff. I just want to lay that out right now.
And that's been the big push for K through 12 is that Chromebooks tend to be more affordable.
Yes, but it's more than that. So
Okay.
the whole educational suite from Google, like Google Classroom and Google for Education, is just fantastic. But it's hot swappable. So I brought my second Chromebook. By the way, I want you guys to feel this, and look at how thin it is.
Oh, it's nice. No, it's a nice form factor. I do like it.
So this computer is maybe half an inch thick, maybe. This is from 2017, fellas.
I was going to say very premium feeling.
It is. It's aluminum chassis and it's all the good stuff. So this was, Google actually made this one. They don't make most of their Chromebooks. Right now, actually, I think this is the only Chromebook they ever made.
And look at the thickness difference even between.
This is my new one on the right, which is quite like beefy. So
I would say that Chromebook, like just to people that can't see, your current Chromebook is more like a standard laptop size, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, this is also beefy. I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM. I got like all sorts of stuff. The other thing that's nice about a Chromebook is you don't need a lot of storage. So like hard drive spaces. In fact, Apple is like limiting their hard drive spaces. You don't need hard drive space on a Chromebook because everything by default is stored in the cloud right on Google Drive.
So you need space on Google Drive.
The default is like 5 gigs, isn't it?
That's 15 gigs.
Oh, it's 15 or
It's
15.
15. Apple is 5 gigs.
Yeah.
Google's 15 gigs. But when you buy a Chromebook, you get 2 years of 100 gigabytes free for Google Drive.
Okay. All right.
Oh, see, and then what happens after the 2 years? And you have
Buy
to
another one. Get another 2 years.
keep buying Chromebooks
Keep buying
every
new
2
Chromebooks
years.
every 2
Yeah.
years. That's cheaper. Being sarcastic.
Yeah. So, but one of the reasons why these are great for education is because they're hot swappable. So if you know how like when you get a new phone, it can kind of like you can either plug it into your old phone and download everything, or I don't know with Apple if it's like you put it next to your Mac or whatever they do. This is all cloud synced. So every single thing that I do on Chromebook A will be done on Chromebook B.
As long as you log in with your account.
Yeah. So if you're a kid at school and you lose your Chromebook or it breaks or the power's out,
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. You pick another one up, log in. So like here's my example. So I have my icons down here in the sys tray. I'm going to move Gmail over to the left. And in a second or two, it's going to move over to the left on this one. So all the apps, everything syncs. All the apps, all the data. And because I haven't turned this one on in a while, it's going to take a while.
I was going to say you connect it to the Wi-Fi. If it's been a while, you might have to redo your Wi-Fi credentials, but not.
So
that's really neat. All right, that's kind of a cool. It's you don't have to worry about like what you were talking about, Jeff. Like if you wanted to upgrade your phone, you would have had to copy it over to the cloud or to another drive and then move your stuff over.
Well, I don't want to, I didn't want to dive too deep into it, but like if you're going from an iPhone to an iPhone, there's like a little blue bubble, like the blue thing.
Yeah.
You scan it with the new phone, and then it just works. It just moves everything over.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, so give this computer, because this is my like backup computer. I hardly ever turn on, so it's going to sync. I'll let you know when it does that.
Yeah.
But here's a few things. You just saw me boot this Chromebook up.
It was quick.
It's under 10 seconds for any
Yeah,
For being that old, it's quick.
Yeah. And it does. They don't slow down over time, much like a PC, and Macs to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
But you can't put bloatware on it, and because it's just like RAM recovery. Okay, there it goes. It's syncing now, so you can see.
Oh, yep, it
that.
shifted.
And I just added an app, so I'm going to unpin it. So you'll see in a second it will move from there.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Yep. So it's really, really nice. In fact, I went to a conference and halfway, it was in New Hampshire, and I forgot my Chromebook. And so I just stopped at Walmart, spent $250 on a Chromebook, and I was good to go.
That's all right. That's kind of cool.
Ooh, that is really
Okay, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Yes. So you get 10 years of automatic updates, which this computer is actually 9 years old. This was born in 2017. So I still have another year of updates.
So, but don't. Well, Macs always get
No.
no.
My
No.
2012.
Security updates maybe, but not current operating system.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So you're saying it's going to support the OS.
They are committed to supporting it for 10 years.
All right. So it's a 10-year life cycle. What do you think?
Minimum.
Let me ask you, Jeff. What do you think a typical Mac life cycle would be?
Okay, they last forever. They never die. But in terms of like current support,
Right.
what do we?
2012, you said, is when they.
Well, they went to now it's weird unique because they went to their silicon versus Intel. That was big.
That was a big one, yeah.
Kind of not the same thing.
Right.
Phones though, like I think so. What the iOS 27 I think is supported on the 12.
Yeah,
iPhone 12 or
but
something
I think
like that. But I have
phones-
to figure out when that. Yeah, I know the phone's not the same thing.
No, because no one
going
keeps
to
a
that.
phone for like 7 or
Right.
8 or 9 years.
No, but it's still to answer the question though. Is phones maybe 7 years?
What about?
say.
What do you think about like this?
Now there are certain features like because we have first generation M1 Maxes. I think we're good. We're good. This is 2021 was when we got these. But there are certain things that are not supported. Certain things. I think like I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Some things, but not critical.
But
Yeah.
but on average, though, I would say 10 years.
Yeah. I would say for these Apple Silicon, I will say 10 years.
And I will say, so my MacBook Pro from 2012, mid 2012, lasted for roughly 10 years. Like it still runs today, but it ran out of updates. They're like, you can't update it anymore.
Right, yeah.
But the bigger issue is it got slow over time. And I was able to, with those old ones, you could like replace the RAM, and I put an SSD in because it wasn't even like
11.
an
Sorry,
SSD.
just the iPhone 11 is the last.
Okay.
Look at it. The iOS 27. But anyway, just
Yeah.
And it's even worse with a PC.
yes, it is.
Anyone who buys a PC is replacing it within 5 to 7 years, just because it's so sluggish. You can't. keep
It's
it.
actually recommended for Windows
Yep.
to wipe it every few years
Yeah.
because it gets bogged down.
So
in itself.
that's one thing. And here's the other thing that I think is really, really cool about their operating system. So I like their operating system for a number of reasons. But any computer, whether it's a Chromebook or a Mac or PC, when it gets too old, normally you have to like recycle it or whatever, you can download free. It's called ChromeOS Flex, and it's painless to reinstall. So like the Mac, the Mac, what's the big Mac? The one all-in-one. You have one on
iMac,
the floor.
the iMac.
The iMac. I have one in my office that runs ChromeOS on it, and it's free. And it syncs with all of this. So it repurposes computers. So a lot of school districts that had old PCs they couldn't use anymore because they're too slow. You throw on ChromeOS Flex, and it's speedy, it's out of the box, and it fits into the Google ecosystem.
So wait, so the old Intel Mac, like we had, we had an old laptop, Intel, and we can't do anything with it,
You can put ChromeOS Flex on it, and it's free.
and it would be like a Chromebook at that point.
You can't. There's one limitation. Two, 1.5. One, you can't put Android on it.
Okay.
Android comes with Chromebook, so I can run any Android app.
Android
on a
app.
Chromebook.
Okay.
And the other is depending on the architecture of the computer, you may or may not be able to run Linux, which you can run on any Chromebook.
Right, and this has Linux.
Okay, so you can probably run it.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a cool thing. Like
it
Google
called?
didn't have to do that.
Yeah. What's it called?
Chrome OS Flex.
Oh, so, yeah. And so the laptop that Paul's referring to is a 2016.
Yeah.
And it just says, yes, you can install ChromeOS Flex.
And the limiting factor is usually the battery at that point. Like if you have a laptop that's 10 years old, the battery's not going to last long. But you can turn any computer into a Chromebook, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. And that's supported by Google.
Yeah.
So theoretically, that operating system is going to extend the life of that laptop.
It's going to, I'd say, breathe new life. Like if you have
Sure.
laptops that you can't do anything with, all of a sudden you can.
Well, let me ask you, what do you do with the Chrome then after 10 years?
You can actually do ChromeOS Flex on it.
So but it's more limited than the Chrome.
It won't give me Android, which I don't really use much anyhow.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay. So, but that's not all. That's not all.
That's not. Oh man, there's more.
Yes, we're on bullet point 9 of 44. I don't know if I'll say all 44, but I do. This is probably the most important one. So if you're gonna do, do a clip for this, it should be what I'm about to say. Chromebooks have never, ever had one documented case of malware.
I knew he was going to say that.
Cannot get a virus. Cannot get malware on a Chromebook.
Unless it's attacked, the server is attacked.
No. Oh,
Yeah, like the Chrome, because it's all server based. So technically, if I wanted to attack every
yeah. Good luck with that. So this is what's
hey,
called.
we have AI, ChatGPT.
It hasn't been targeted yet.
So this is what's known as an immutable hard operating system. So with Windows and with Mac, you can install things, drivers, you can install software, and they need access to certain things in the operating system. But you can't install software on a Chromebook, so you cannot get a virus on Chrome OS at all. It has never happened. Now, I want to be careful because people will be like, well, what about Chrome extensions? Those are malicious sometimes. I'm like, they are, but that's not an operating system thing. Like you could do that on your Mac. You could do that on your PC. Right. And the other pushback is like, well, if you start installing Linux apps, and I'm like, yes, that's also true. Like you can get malware through Linux app, but I'm saying Chrome OS as an operating system is immutable and cannot get any malware.
All right,
So, and one of the reasons I think that's really important is because if you're looking for a computer for maybe your parent or your child, give them a Chromebook. I mean,
because they still have to be monitored for the online stuff, but
that's an issue with any computer.
Yeah, right.
And they have the family link. So I know last week we were talking about like family, like parental guardrails.
Family share, yeah.
So the family link is the Google ecosystem of that, and you can apply that to Chromebooks as well.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Okay. This is you need. Oh my God. I don't know if this is going to work or not.
This, like I'm in the room where it happens. Tell us.
Yeah. It happened. So my mom has an all-in-one HP that is, I guess, whenever.
Those are nice machines. I like those. And is it a touchscreen too?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's Windows 10. Unless they extend Windows 10 to consumers again, it's technically going to be, not supported anymore. I think this like a couple months. I forget what it is. So theoretically, could I then do this Flex and it would be just totally fine?
Yeah. And if
you wouldn't have to get a new computer.
No. So what you'd have to do is kind of like do an inventory of what this is for your mother.
Yeah.
What she uses. If it's mostly websites,
that's it.
Yeah. Put this on.
Holy.
I know.
You know what? We're all on this now, but I saw you could actually install the Flex OS on a USB drive.
Yeah.
And then, so if I wanted to run it on
just
here,
run your boot order.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That's kind of cool.
You can probably partition your hard drive too. Okay. So let me keep going.
Okay.
And this is I have one complaint about the MacBook Neo. One complaint. The number of updates that I have to do with software is so frustrating. Every time I turn it on, it's like, you have to update. You have to update. And I think you told me it's because it's a managed device from the college.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But Chromebooks update automatically. So you know how like with Windows, like please shut down, it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Chrome OS will download an update whenever it sees it. And then it will install it in the background. And the next time you turn your computer on, it just flips the switch to the next one. So it's seamless. I've never updated my Chromebook.
You've never had to like manually go in and like run Windows, run updates or whatever.
Every now and then I will, because I follow a nerd channel. So they're like, hey, the latest update of Chrome OS will do this. I'm like, I want the rounded corners. And so like I can force an update, but
otherwise it happens in the background.
In fact, this was going to be one of my hot takes. Chrome as an operating, or not as an operating system, as a browser, can now update live. So if it's on your Mac, it can update while Chrome is running. But that's besides the fact. I'm just saying, like, the not having to ever update is awesome.
All right. That's
Yep.
nice.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yep.
Next on the list, no bloatware. I will never get bloatware. And I know with Macs, and you guys are both Mac users, you don't get bloatware.
Yeah, but on a PC.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
McAfee.
Oh.
We're talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Because that's what I got a laptop, and I'm like, why is this McAfee? I thought I uninstalled it, but there was another McAfee, and I was like, and I ran Norton on it, and I'm like, and I know you don't need a Norton for Chromebook.
Yeah.
So
No virus, which is weird because there are certainly Chrome extensions you can get. For
What
that.
number was that?
Oh yeah, we'll let you keep going.
I'm gonna. So we already talked about like swapping them, like if you lose one.
Yeah.
But the portability, they're lightweight, the battery life, cloud by design, so you don't need a hard.
So what is battery life? Give me an estimate of the new one.
Roughly 10 to 12 hours.
10, 12 hours.
Depending on what
Okay.
you have, but like, I mean, all you're doing is running Chrome. So, but here, and this is why we're recording the screen so you can kind of see this stuff. I want to show you a few things. One, on a Mac, can you have multiple users logged in at the same time?
You can, but you have to switch.
Okay. So this is one of the things that's really neat. And I do this a lot because I have a work account for Google and my personal account.
Yeah.
So I can log in. I actually have several different users that can log, like these two are not logged in right now.
Yeah.
But I have two users that are logged in. So I can do this and go over here and go to the menu and then flip down to my other user. So this is my other user. But there's a keyboard command to go from one user to the next, which is really nice because I can copy and paste things from one because I have two cloud accounts. So my work account is in one. So if I'm over in Claude for work, then I'll copy and paste or copy something, go over to my other user account and paste it in here,
Oh, that's nice.
which is nice. Okay. But
That is nice.
out of the box, and I don't think Mac has this. Windows has this where you can have like snapping. So you can say like minimize, maximize, anchor to the left, anchor to the right. So if I have two tabs, I can anchor. And it has, you can kind of drag
Resize.
the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. And I don't think Mac has that out of the box.
It does have the. It does
It
have
has
the,
snapping, but not keyboard bindings.
correct. Well,
You can get
yeah.
some software that does that. I just had to do that for my Mac.
Okay.
But one of the other things that's nice is if you look down here, you'll see that my icons are in order. So I have like File Manager is the first icon in the bar at the bottom, then Gmail, and then FLCC email, and then like my calendar and stuff. Out of the box, Alt 2 will open the second one. Alt 3 will open the third one. So I have keyboard shortcuts that come out of the box to open up different apps, which is really nice. And Windows does that. And Windows actually has the binding for snapping windows as well. But I just really like that you can do that. And I installed Snap on my Mac so I can do that. But I had to like,
With shortcuts.
yeah. So like that's one thing. One thing I loved about Mac, and I think Chrome kind of copied this, is the gestures. So like to swipe up so you can see the multiple desktops and you can zoom in and zoom out. So I really like the multiple desktops, which is very nice. Do you know off the top of your head, is there a keyboard command to have multiple desktops on a Chromebook, on a MacBook?
You mean like this?
Well, to switch with keyboard. So like virtual desks is what they call in Windows, where you can have like, you have 3 apps open on one and then 2 apps open on another one.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on a Chromebook, I can just swipe to the left and the right, and I am now actually you can on a Mac you can swipe left and right on your trackpad and go to multiple desks. So this has multiple desks, which I really really like, and it looks a lot like what it does on the MacBook.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the anchoring the windows is really really important to me, and I'm glad that I have that feature.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So this says control left arrow.
It's not working for me.
Well, do you have another desktop?
Well, no, but I thought I would open one. I thought I would automatically.
No.
Oh, and I need to open one too. It won't automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Control.
And for
yeah.
okay, that's working.
Yeah.
So there is a keyboard command on Mac. For those of you who are listening, like if you are not using virtual desktops or I don't even know what they're called on a Mac. They're just called desktops on a
Desktop.
Chromebook. It's really, really slick way for context switching and just staying focused with your work. So I'd recommend using that. And PCs, Macs, and Chromebooks all have that. Okay, but let me just keep going.
All right.
Let me just keep going. On any app, Control-Alt/ will give me, just Control/ will give me the keyboard shortcuts for that app, which is kind of nice. The gestures are quite nice. That almost all Chromebooks are touchscreen, and normally I don't.
Oh, I like. Yeah.
Yeah, and Macs, I know Macs are coming out with a touchscreen too. Normally, I'm like, I think I could take it or leave it. But there's times like if you have to check a whole bunch of things like checkboxes on a screen, where having a touchscreen is just so much better. So I really appreciate that. The settings are all in one spot, and they're organized better than I've ever seen. It's organized better than it is on a PC, better on a Mac, better than it is on iOS. Like the settings, maybe it's because there's not nearly as many settings, but the settings for the device are really, really nice. But one thing that I think is really, really, really cool is, check this out. So this is my file explorer. Like you see the folders and everything. You can if you look on the left, Google Drive is also like on the left right there, so I can access all my Google Drive files right naturally. Like I don't need to install the Google Drive software. Mm-hmm. But the really, really cool thing about this is if there's a folder that I like, I can pin it. So I can pin folders in my folder list on the left, kind of like the favorites in the Mac, but it can be on my device or it could be in Google Drive. So I've pinned, I have a folder that I have in Google Drive that's shared across both my accounts. So when I'm on different users, I can send files that way too.
All right, that's nice.
Yeah,
that would actually, like this past weekend, you had files on your emails. Now we're different people, but it's just like, oh, you got to log. I had to log in as you. So in theory, if you had it, you'd have to. This would be a lot faster to pass these files back and forth for yourself. I mean, obviously we're different.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
So you can. One thing that I can't stand about my Mac and my PC is I can't log in incognito. I can use incognito mode on a browser, but I can't. There's no guest, like just log in and do whatever you want. Actually, I think there is on a Mac, not my Mac because it's managed. But it's nice for like when my nephews come over and like, hey, Uncle Dave, can we use a computer? I don't want them to like get into my Google stuff, so I'm like, yeah, and then they can just log in as a guest. It's an all anonymous, which is quite nice.
And that's a default because you can obviously set that up for like a PC. You could set up a guest user and minimize everything, and you can do a guest. But that by default you have a guest.
Correct.
Okay, that's
correct.
Cool.
Yep. I can unlock it with my phone just by being near, and my phone. I have a phone hub. I can control it. Like I can turn the hotspot on my phone right now. I can silence it. I can control all the apps right from my phone. And I know Mac does that too, but it's
not the same. Not as easy as this.
Yeah. And you know what else is easy? The accessibility. It's all in one spot, and I can just turn all these accessibility features on and off very, very easily, like right at the touch of a button.
Was the accessibility there, or did you put it in that menu?
No, that was there.
Oh, wow. So they made this a priority. Look, I mean, it's right there.
It's right there. You don't have to go through several menus, and it's very clear. Like, because the Chromebook, select to speak and dictation are like built in because that like Chromebox is built into the technology. But it has color correction, color inversion, full screen magnifier, docked magnifier, automatic clicks, highlight the mouse cursor. It has like all these accessibility things that are really just built right in there.
Yeah, and it's right. It's literally
touch of a button.
A touch of a button. I will say, in defense of Mac and PC, they have similar accessibility features, but you do have to go into like settings, accessibility, and
and especially in Windows.
Oh my gosh!
It's constantly changing.
Forget about it.
Like where to find it. It changes often.
Yeah. So from the accessibility, and I do use. So we were talking earlier. Like I have my cursor has a big red circle around it. It allows me to visually locate the cursor very simply. But also when I'm doing screen recordings for my learners, it's quite nice.
All right. And I'll give Dave credit. I changed my cursor to red too, and I
enlarged.
That was in the accessibility menu on the Mac.
That was, yep.
And you were very proud of yourself. Hey, Jeff, look, I made my cursor red and bigger.
That's right. I didn't want to give Dave credit though. It's like he's AI, you know.
All right, are you ready for more?
Yes.
Yeah. So it has Linux built in. Like you have to turn it on. It's in the settings, but it's built in, and Linux has this reputation of being like for hyper nerds and super nerds. And when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's just a terminal. But here, look at these Linux apps that I'm running on my computer right now. I have Claude, Anti-Gravity, FileZilla, Godot, which is a game engine, Blender, Visual Studio, like all these, almost any app works.
And they had to be installed through the terminal.
No, sort of. Like their flow is getting better. But anytime like when I wanted to install, say, Visual Code, you go to the website and you're like, copy this and paste it in the terminal, and then it just does it.
Right.
But like Blender works really, really well for a computer that has 16 gigabytes of RAM and like, I don't know what processor. Oh, this is an i7 12th generation, so it's a few years old.
Intel.
Yeah.
And I will say on Mac's defense, they have Linux terminal. That was the foundation of Mac at the beginning anyway, was Linux.
Yeah.
So, Dave's got Blender open.
I got Blender open.
Yeah.
That opened fast.
Yeah, and I don't even know what I'm doing in Blender. So you know how I was talking about the fourth wing last week?
Yeah.
So I like download this model of a dragon, and I was like, I really want to use this dragon in Blender, and it turned out really, really cool actually.
Yeah. Let's see it.
You want to see the dragon? I don't even know where I put it. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to take up too much time with the dragon on this one.
All right. What are next points?
Okay.
So you can install Linux-based apps
and Android apps. So, for instance, one of the apps that I use quite a bit is called Luma Fusion. It's video editing, and this is running local on my computer. So it's a video editing app, and it's nothing like you guys would use because this is what you do for a living. But for me, it's got a really.
Is this free?
I paid. I think I paid like $17 for it.
And it's a one-time.
It's a one-time purchase.
So is all the data on the cloud?
Well, because I'm running an Android app, this is running local on my computer.
So you need storage for this?
I would need storage for this, yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say, so if I was doing video editing right now on that, you need to move your files over locally.
Yes, sort of.
Like not editing. Like you're saying, like if all the footage was in Drive.
Right, because that's what we're trying to achieve is that cloud-based editing.
I can tell
so if you want cloud-based editing, what you need is WeVideo. Oh, I don't know if that's my account. I think I just logged in through Google. WeVideo is cloud-based video editing, and it's slick. It's real slick, but you have to pay for. You have to pay for like a monthly fee.
Okay.
But it's really nice. So my point is like with Chromebooks, like there is an onboard solution for say video editing, which is usually one of the benchmarks. Yeah. But there's cloud-based ones like this one right here, WeVideo, is really, really nice. And I got in with I paid $35 a year and I get so many features. But I shouldn't be like, I think now you have to pay monthly. But it looks good. Like you can add different tracks as you can see, and it has like, I don't know, the stuff that you might look at. And that's web-based, so I don't even need the storage for that.
So you upload the videos on that one, and then they store it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So Linux and Android. So almost any app on my phone I can run. And people are like, well, what about Windows? I'm like, well, yeah, they have Word Online, they have Excel Online, and they have PowerPoint Online. But I haven't used Microsoft in quite some time. But this is cool too. And this is not necessarily a Chromebook thing. You can do this in Chrome, but watch this, fellas. So I'm just going to go to the kebab menu and go to Cast, Save, Share. And I'm going to install this page. Right now it's the Immersive Lens as an app. So now I've taken this website and made it an app. And you can do that on Chrome on a PC. That's what I did on my on a MacBook, but it's just so seamless here. And so like now I have an app called the Immersive Lens. Oh, you can see it synced to my other Chromebook already. And which is nice for reading, but really it's because here's one of the reasons I did it. There's an app called Photopea, which is a website, and I turned it into an app. It's kind of a like Photoshop, but if you turn it into an app, all the keyboard commands that normally would be trumped by Chrome are now native to Photopea.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like I like that, and that you don't need a Chromebook for this because you can do it with your Mac and you can do it with your PC. But it is kind of cool. I'm gonna uninstall the Immersive Lens.
Well, I will say that Mac has support for iOS apps as well now.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So,
I wanted to show you two of the recording things.
All right.
So one is this is built in. I'm just going to hit the screen record button and I'm going to change it to video. And I'll go to the settings and maybe I want just the device audio? So that'll be like music and video or the microphone or both. I'll just do the microphone and we'll go to the front camera. And I can show the clicks or not, but I'm not going to. And I'll do the full screen. So look at this. You can see it automatically puts this like the Vlogcaster like little circle in the corner.
That's default.
This is default. This is baked right in. And so then I can record and record my entire screen, which is fine. It's like a nice little video, whatever. But this is not the cool part that I wanted to show you. I'm just going to stop this recording. I don't need it. And in fact, I'm going to delete it, which is really nice. It gives the option to delete it. Mm-hmm. Like
I was going to say, where does it go? To cloud?
No, that's local.
That's local.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they introduced this, and I think this is for educators. It's called Screencast, which again is baked into ChromeOS, and it works very similar to what you just saw, where you could have like your video in the lower corner and then capture the whole screen or just part of the screen or whatever you want. But the difference with this one is that it also I don't know why. This is it's
Wi-Fi.
loading.
Well, that might be our network too.
Oh yeah, it's probably the network.
We don't have the best.
Because it's cloud-based, right?
It is. Okay, so a screencast looks very similar to what you were just watching, right?
Mm-hmm. That looks almost identical.
Yep.
So is it recording? Okay, I see.
So it's still recording. And I can move the circle with my head wherever I want, and I don't need to have my head, and I'm going to stop. But the difference is, and I queued up this, you can see all these things that I've recorded with the screencast, is, let's see, where's this one right here? This is a nice one. It puts the transcript here, and when you play it back, it gives you the video, but it gives you the transcript, and you can convert it to any language in there. But when you click on a part in the transcript, it goes ahead to the video. So if you're watching a video like a tutorial and you're like, I already know how to do all this part, you just open it up, look at the transcript.
Ooh, that's cool.
Click on it.
That's very cool.
Yes. And I would say this is a great educational tool, and also I think has like annotation tools built into it. But I think YouTube actually has. I'm going to turn the volume.
I was just going to say YouTube has that. Because the transcript, I was able to click.
Yeah, that's new. So it came. The YouTube has, like, if you're viewing the transcript, you can do the same thing where you can click on any part in the transcript and it'll bring you there. There's two differences. One, and I think with these transcripts too in YouTube, you can change the language. But in YouTube, it has a timestamps, which kind of get in the way. It makes it a little bit harder to scroll. Like If you'll see, like, I can't easily scroll the transcripts, like. Without using the like little elevator button or whatever. But sure, when you click on it, it will jump ahead. The other thing is it surfaced, this is like Google just proving their technology works in one place and then moving it somewhere else. So it came to YouTube after it was already in this screencast thing. Okay, so I think I could probably talk about 44 more reasons why I think ChromeOS is really, really good. But are you interested? Has your opinion changed?
I will say that I think it has more capabilities than I originally thought.
Fair.
Because I used to think that it was literally just a Chrome and you only could do Google-related stuff. So no Word documents, no video editing, no, like, it's limited.
Yeah.
But you've enlightened me. And I will say, I think that Chromebook is good if you don't have a specialty that requires special software.
This is a tough crowd because of the software that you guys do.
Yes.
To me, it's almost like this could be like my as an instructor only.
Yeah,
there's like
it's
a
very instructor forward.
thing. Yeah, very like that. But then I'd have to have 3 computers. This for editing,
your Mac for editing,
and then PC for gaming, and then this for teaching.
Yeah,
which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just now I got three types of devices. But I will say, I might have mentioned this in the MacBook Neo episode, but I asked my kids. I said, "Would you rather have?"
Just so you know, Dave just pulled out a pen.
Yeah, I'll talk about the pen in a second.
Okay, it's number 45. I said, would you guys rather we spend $600 on this, or you want another iPad? And they said, is this touchscreen? And I said, no. They're like, well, we don't want it then.
Yeah.
So touchscreen is really handy. Also, their early Chromebooks, I doubt this one is. This one doesn't look like it is too. They can they flip. You can it turns into like a tablet.
Both of the Chromebooks in front of me turned into a tablet.
Okay.
And it activates the keyboard.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
There you go. That's another feature.
So this does it too. Not all Chromebooks do that.
Right, which is probably why you didn't bring it up. But
Yeah.
more of these do that than obviously Macs.
Macs don't, yeah.
What's frustrating for me, probably more you, is
Pointing it?
not pointing at Paul, is why don't they have Mac OS on iPads?
Yeah.
Which is their pitch, right?
Yeah.
Their pitch is like, this is where's the computer? What's a computer? Remember that commercial? It's
Yeah.
like, what's a computer? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's got the same hardware basically. Like the same chip is in their iMacs and in their MacBooks. That's frustrating for me.
Yeah, I think that they might come together. And I will say, speaking of Blender was going to be ported over to iOS, and they stopped for some reason, and they just went now. It's just being ported over to Android.
Blender, really?
Yeah. Oh. So it'll be native. But it's weird. That's why I was like surprised to see you have Blender installed already. But could you put it on an Android device?
I was gonna say but you're running this natively on ChromeOS.
I am.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So a few things about this. Chromebooks are being replaced in the fall by Google Books. They will still support Chromebooks for 10 years. But the Google Book is a new operating system. So I have the same thing. I have an Android tablet and a Chromebook, and the experiences are a little bit different. So I'm hopeful that these Google Books will
Unify it all.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are not the audience necessarily. Like for the average user, like you, Dave is clearly using all three of these devices separately and independently for different things. Like his needs, you're filling these needs with these devices.
Yeah, like I couldn't run the local AI models like I can on the Neo on my Chromebook.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll revert this back to the day of when iPads came out, and I was like, this is going to bomb. Who the heck?
Oh, can we fix that in post? Oh my gosh. We are rated R.
I'm so sorry.
Rated R.
Oh,
This
man.
podcast is rated R.
When iPads first came out, I was like, who the heck would buy an iPad? They don't do anything other than browse the web, not realizing that, like I said, 90% of the world just uses it for email and word processing and not realizing, because at the time I was using Alias and SGI and Maya and I was like, you can't do any of, like, why would anyone buy? But that's my world. That was my world. But most worlds were just
the other
email.
99%.
Yeah.
And the iPad Pro runs Photoshop real well too now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. So they're migrate the new iOS is more robust and you can do a lot more with it. But when it first came out, that was and the reason why I say all this is because a Chromebook could be good for a huge group of people.
Just not you.
That don't require special software.
Yeah.
That's and check, because like Blender, that was a surprise to me to see Blender.
So here's the other thing I'll tell you. There's a company out there, and you guys know what Parallels is for Mac.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can run Windows software on Chromebooks now. Not the operating system, individual apps.
Oh. So you could but the performance might be
Performance. You might take a performance hit, and I think that you have to pay like $50 a year for that license or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's worth it, but and to your point about gaming, Steam Gaming was for Chrome OS was a thing, and they had actually decommissioned it, which is too bad. But Steam OS is great. And so you can run Steam games that are Linux based on a Chromebook, or cloud gaming. So Stadia was awesome. NVIDIA GeForce Now or whatever it's called. Go. So at any rate,
okay.
I did pull out a stylus from this, and so it has a stylus that kind of like sits inside, and it's pretty sweet, like using the stylus perspective. So I'm not gonna. Actually, I don't even know if I don't. Oh, it's because I don't have any notes. It works well, and you can buy different styluses. This one just is embedded in the Chromebook. So there's a lot of things. I would say your observations your insight is very keen. That for an educator, I don't see how you get around with not having Chromebook. And I use this for everything I do. I have multiple computers, with the exception of like AI work I do on my Mac. But I love designing things. Plus, like Google Vids is great, Google Slides, Google Docs. Like you get everything, and it's secure, man. Give this to your parents, give it to your kids.
Yeah.
No viruses.
That's really good. So let me ask you a side question here. Let's say you get a Word document, and you need to work on the Word document and then save the Word document.
Yeah.
How do you?
You can now edit Word documents in Google Drive as a Word document, not as a Google Doc.
Oh, you can. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's no longer an issue. So you can actually work with Office, like Excel, Word.
Yes. So I would do two different ways. One is, so I'm going to download a Word file right now. Oh my gosh. And if you want, you can let's download the file. So when I click on it, it will automatically upload it to Google Drive. It will remove that copy from my desktop because like, we'll just put it in Google Drive. And you can see how it says DOC next to the title.
Yeah.
This is a Word file. So any changes I make, I can just download that as a Word file. But PowerPoint's a little trickier because of the formatting. So I would probably go to OneDrive and upload it there. OneDrive is a Microsoft version of Google Drive and edit it there.
And edit it directly on OneDrive. Oh, through cloud. I guess, you know what? That's a good point. Because if you have Office, you have Office 365, which is all web-based.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that argument is gone.
Yeah. So did you guys have a challenge for me? Is there anything? And I don't do any like, Photoshop or Premiere because, actually, with Photoshop, I would just show you that Photopea again. And by the way, Photopea has a suite. They also have vectors as well. And
look at that. Illustrator, Photoshop, and Adobe XD.
Oh yeah, you can open all those files with Photopea.
Figma.
Isn't that cool?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that can open up a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so for video.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If I shoot video on my phone,
Okay.
and I want it on my computer, does it move locally? Do you have to designate to move locally, or does it go to the cloud automatically? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think what you're asking, so I just took a picture of you with my phone right now. And so I'm in my Photos app right now on my phone. Wait for it. There's Paul.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just going to leave that there so you can see it. I'm going to go to photos.google.com. There's a picture of Paul right there.
Oh. Okay,
And
because because this is going to the cloud. It's like it's Mac iCloud equivalent.
Yes.
Okay.
And so if I wanted to, I could either download this and then use it locally, or almost anything now when you're in like Google Drive, when you go to insert, you can insert image right from Google Photos. So I don't even need to download it. I just go to Photos and then it will give me like all the local photos, the photos that I took today.
All right.
That's true for video too.
I will say compared to iCloud, I think that was way faster.
Yeah.
That was
A lot simpler.
To be fair, that was a photo, not a video.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm thinking, like, again, my mom, like, she takes
Yeah.
a photo, it would be boom, and it's already like on her, like not on her computer, but to her it would be.
Yep.
All right. Do you have something for him?
Not really, off the top of my head. Is any of the hardware? This is very specific to us. Like,
Sure.
is hardware interchangeable at all? Can
Is
you
it
upgrade
interchangeable
it?
on your Mac?
Oh, I forget Mac
Yeah.
because it's definitely not. But I'm just asking. Like, again, I'm more of a PC guy. Like,
You know, I don't
privately.
know. And part of this is because I spent the extra money to get the 16 gigabytes of RAM. At the time, and this computer is probably like 5 years old now, that was a lot. And I don't know. I suspect I'm a little reticent to open that one. Actually, I can because this is an 8 gigabyte version. I bought on eBay a 16 gigabyte version for $200, and I can swap the RAM. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's like as easy as it would be on like a desktop PC.
Yeah, like a gaming PC
Yeah.
or a gaming laptop
Yeah.
or something like that. I was trying to think of like, because hardware.
But there really isn't much of like, I don't know what people would be fiddling around with in there. Maybe replacing the RAM, maybe, but like even that, you almost don't need to.
Oh, I just had an idea. Not really. This is technically anything. So where did you buy these?
Not Best Buy.
Not Best Buy?
No.
Okay.
I would maybe go to Best Buy to like see stuff. I just don't like they'll sell you antivirus software for your Chromebook at Best Buy. So like don't go there, folks. Definitely
Not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're never going to throw that out the window.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thanks
guys.
a lot.
I just bought this from the Asus website, but you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them anywhere, really. This fall, they'll be releasing the line of Google Books. And so I think because those are certified hardware, I think they'll probably sell them in the Google store as well.
For sure. No question. But do you know, maybe for the average person, like if they go to Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can buy them.
Yeah,
I've bought them at Walmart before. But the only thing you have to be careful of is most salespeople don't really understand what Chromebooks, because it's kind of a different paradigm. And it's really easy to get bean boozled, and you go there and you walk away with a Chromebook that has like 4 gigabytes of RAM. And that's not going to do anything for you. So like my suggestion is like 8 gigabytes minimum, 16 if you're nerdy like me and you want it to last and fly for a decade.
And I will say the advancements of online has made this a more robust platform. When Chromebook first came out, I don't think there was enough support for the web infrastructure.
Sure.
That, like I'm looking at this, I'm like, you know, because there was Fusion, I was thinking, oh, you wouldn't be able to do Fusion on here, which is Autodesk for 3D printing and modeling, and I realized, oh, wait, it's web based.
Yeah.
So you should be able to do that.
My laser engraver is web based. It doesn't even have a desktop app.
So I realized like almost everything, I'm looking at it outside of some of the Adobe, and again, I saw Blender, which was a nice surprise because I didn't think they were releasing it till
On Linux?
Well, I knew they had it on Linux, but I didn't think to install it on Linux because they're talking about porting it over to Android.
I see.
To Android, and because they pivoted out of iOS. So it's really interesting the amount of stuff you can do on it. And even I saw VS Code on there.
Yep.
And again, it's because of the Linux. So do you have to, I guess that's one question. Like, would Jeff's mom, if I said, not that she would install VS Code, but if I said, hey, Jeff's mom, can you install VS Code? Could she do it, or is it steps?
She could do it. If you go to the website, it's like copy and paste this in, hit enter, then copy this in. But honestly, for VS Code, I'm glad you chose that as an example. I just run VS Code in the cloud. I don't even do it locally.
Okay.
Like I can.
I have. You said something that triggered me to think of this. A lot of these features require an internet connection
To install software?
Well, not that way.
Or to
Obviously,
run.
like all the stuff is stored in the cloud. If I'm not, if I have no internet access,
Sort of. If I turn Wi-Fi off right now, I could still access Google Drive in all my files. Not all of them, but like anything that Google thinks I'll need today or that I've opened in the last like 30 or 60 days.
Right, but I'm just saying, I've been in situations where I'm in a place where I don't
There's
have
no
Wi-Fi, or I don't know what the code is, or
You don't have a hotspot on your phone?
I'm just saying, these are some.
Yeah.
A lot of this is reliant on having an internet connection.
So you're in the car, right?
Yeah, I'm
Driving,
Yeah.
and you're a passenger. You're not driving. No internet connection.
Yes,
could
do I?
still-
Again, we're trying to. I'm generally
yeah.
speaking. Do I have a hotspot? Yeah, but
So I think. Are you thinking about like say your mother, for example? if
no,
the
I'm
Wi-Fi
thinking
goes out?
like, okay, I'm on a job site. Like I've been in freelancing or whatever, and it's just like, oh, I need an internet connection to do
For what?
this. I don't know. Look up something like, oh, I need your Wi-Fi or whatever, and it's like, oh, we don't give that out. Just or a situation where I'm just not. I don't have the Wi-Fi.
It's an easy. I mean,
Here you go. You're on an airplane.
yeah,
The Wi-Fi is out. You have no Wi-Fi.
yeah.
On our Mac, we have everything.
Right, it's locally stored.
It's locally stored, so we're editing. We can still work.
So let's say video editing is out of the question because most people aren't going to do that.
All right. Well,
or something simple like the docs. Everything I've got is in Google Drive.
like everything you've just like let's say you took the photo of me. You're going to start doing a PowerPoint presentation, and then you go on an airplane. What happens?
Okay, so
No Wi-Fi.
So Google Drive will. Let's see here.
Does it sync local?
Yeah. I just turned my Wi-Fi off. Now it doesn't have everything.
Well, I want everything. Am I hypothetical? I'm saying I want everything.
I have 1.5 terabytes in my Google Drive.
Do you have any idea? I'm not gonna.
So like, look at this. Anything that you can see on this screen that is colored normally, I have access to. Anything that's grayed out, I don't. And that's, if you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, Dave, you haven't opened that since 2018. We're not going to store that locally. But like this document right here, couldn't tell you the last time I opened that document. I haven't taught this class in over a year. So I do have access to.
How quick? Like the photo you took of me that let's say you were putting that in a PowerPoint. Is that automatically local because it was immediate? Do you have to set that up?
Oh, not on a Chromebook. On a Mac and PC, if you want access to, say, this file, you have to, there's an indication in the file that says like save locally or work offline.
Yeah.
Chromebook does that automatically.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, is it like the photo you just took of me?
Oh.
Is that local now? Like, do you have access to it? Does it, or do you have to
No.
say every 10 minutes? Like, do you know you have to specify on Chromebook?
Yeah. If I took a photo
Syncing.
of you and I didn't have Wi-Fi, I'd have to take a USB-C and plug it in and get it from the storage.
Okay.
Barbaric.
Yeah.
But then how does it know what to keep local? Is it just
That's
random?
that's kind of my point. My point is like it's probably thinking, oh, you haven't accessed these files. Like it's got an algorithm or a way to
Figure
figure
out
out
what's local.
what yeah
Yeah.
what it thinks you'll need.
Yep. In fact, if you go to Home on Google Drive, it will give you a list of things that it thinks that maybe you work on this file at the same time every day, maybe you work on it at the same time every week, maybe you've opened it. So it does a pretty good job offline. I will say this, that was my biggest concern, and you know me, I live in the online world. The number of times when I've been stymied by not having internet access to do what I want to do. I get it.
Yeah.
Is I could count on one hand like across the last like 5 years. In fact, when I was hiking this summer with Katie, I brought my Android tablet with me. Because I knew that I had some work to do for work, and I was able to make that work too.
Even with out there.
Well,
No
it
man's
wasn't
land.
like every night when we were in the tent, I was like doing work,
Right.
but like if we were in town or something, and I always had
You'd have
Wi-Fi
connection.
access. Yeah.
Now, something that I actually see as a positive. Now, again, very niche.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say very niche. Your newer Chromebook has a micro SD card slot.
It does. Yeah.
The older one, I don't
And
see the other
HDMI
side.
and headphone. This one,
Might be too thin to have. It's got a headphone jack, but it just USB.
Yeah, it's just
port.
USB-C.
But that's normal.
yeah. It also, you can't see it, but it has a backlit keyboard. But one of the cool things is you can control the colors of the backlit keyboard. It can be a rainbow. You can do pink or purple.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a lot.
So
yeah.
I've gone from not caring about Chromebooks to saying, okay, Chromebooks are actually somewhat powerful and can be used for most activities.
Yeah. There's some there.
Yeah, 100%. That's really cool. And I'll be honest with you, my biggest takeaway was, oh man, you can install Linux stuff. So that was one surprise that I didn't know you could do.
And the Android apps, like being able to use an Android app, especially because Photoshop has like the Lightroom or
Right.
like some of those
Lightroom,
lightweight ones.
yeah.
It's Android, so
So you could install that on there.
yes, but not on the ChromeOS Flex, like when you're repurposing an old computer. You can't use Android on those.
Okay. Oh, I see. Because it doesn't update to the latest.
I don't know why.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else before we end this episode? You didn't start our timer, so I have no idea.
I have no idea how long this. how long is it, Hugh? What are we at? They'll tell us.
Probably roughly an hour, just over.
About an hour and 15.
Oh,
right.
dang.
That's what I thought.
Oh, dip.
And that's all the
Felt
time we
Oh,
have
dip.
for today.
I'm Dave Ghidiu. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Let's be careful out there.
My name is Paul Engin. Share it with a friend, colleague. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and thanks for looking through the Immersive Lens with us.
And by the way, the shanty that I posted on the one from last week,
Yeah.
it says like "Stay curious, stay connected." It's really good. I like that shanty. The episode was engineered by Hugh Laird.
Recorded at Finger Lakes Community College Podcast Studios, located in beautiful Canandaigua, New York, in the heart of the Finger Lakes region, offering more than 55 degrees, certificates, micro-credentials, and workforce training programs.
Thank you to Public Relations and Communications, Marketing, and the FLX AI Hub.
Eager to delve into passion, discover exciting and immersive opportunities at www.flcc.edu.
As part of our mission at FLCC, we're committed to making education accessible, innovative, and aligned with the needs of both learners and employers.
You know what? I don't see your update, but you can try to get me a www.flcc.
I don't see it either.
Hugh, H-U-G-H.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't see it either.
Man, maybe I'm.
He's on the wrong pod. Oh, you're off of Wi-Fi.
Oh, I'm off of Wi-Fi. Oh, I sabotaged myself.
Oh, that's funny. As part of the mission at
I just did that.
the views expressed on the podcast are those of the host, guests, and do not necessarily reflect the official position of Finger Lakes Community College.
Music by Dan from Pixabay. And Jeff, a special thanks to you for coming out.
Another one. Yay.
Yeah.
I guess I got to go. Well, I don't want to buy a Chromebook now. I want the new ones. So I guess I got to wait.
Well, everybody, this is the Immersive Lens. Thanks again, Jeff. Thanks you.
Thank you.
Go get a Chromebook.